What's up, everybody? Hope you all guys are doing awesome. My name is the Generic Brand, and today I'm bringing you some Predecessor. Now, this isn't actual this isn't me playing at the moment. This is actually recorded footage because I decided to try and do something different. I know it'd be so easy to just record some gameplay, throw it on YouTube, call it a wrap, and just hope for the best. But oh, excuse me. I decided to try to do something different. So this is recorded footage, and we're just going to try to do some match analysis. Now, these are all games that I've played throughout the week or the past couple days. I did want to record these earlier, but I've just been busy. But we in there, so it's all good. So yeah, these are just match analyses. Analyses? Oh God, what am I saying? But yeah, just so that way we can both learn together because I'm still learning the ropes. Granted, I used to play like OG Paragon way back. Like I played the hell out of Monolith, but I missed out on a lot of Legacy. So yeah, we're just gonna do some match analysis. See how this goes. Hope for the best. We're playing some Narbash in the duo lane. I feel out of all the supports, Narbash is probably my weakest, only because I just never knew how to properly build him in this game. Like, I know how Narbash works as a character, but I think the building is still a little foreign to me. I mean, granted, they give you recommended items, but I just felt like with Narbash, with you having to be so in the fight, you were never tanky enough to stay alive, especially with the recommended items that they would give you. So in this match, I actually looked up a build in Reddit, or on Reddit, and I used it, I think, in this match, I believe. And from what I remember, it served me pretty well. So we're gonna see. From what I know, it was super tanky, and it gave you pretty much unlimited mana. So, the other team decided to go Rampage as support. This is foreign to me. This is the first time I had ever seen it. Yeah, but it was working really well. I mean, this man was like Steph Curry with these rocks. I think he only missed like a couple times, but every other time it was just literally a boulder to the face. Sometimes he won't even throw it. He looks like he would just hold on to it just to try to scare us. But I mean, I'm Narbash. I have no fear in my heart. Ooh, nice throw. Yeah, and yeah, this Rampage, he definitely misplayed there. I guess he thought he could, W key us and we'd be scared, but I literally just bonked him a few times. My Drongo shot him a few times, and that was all she wrote there. Yeah, we got first blood, so that worked out. Waves pushed up. I try to call my Drongo over to try to do this. I think their Drongo, yeah, there he comes. Yeah, their Drongo comes over to try to smell what we're cooking, scare him away. I feel like if Rampage hadn't been there, we probably would have killed that Drongo. But sometimes I have to put a lot of faith in my carry to do the job. And sometimes that doesn't go well. Sometimes I get a carry that is almost John Wick, and sometimes I get a carry that's Helen Keller. It's never in between sometimes. I don't know how I survived this. Granted, I had to burn my blink for that, but yeah, I don't know how I got out of there. I would have been really salty if that rocket killed me. I think it would have if I hadn't been if I have been doing my drum line right here. So, yeah, I'm just trying to stay in the fight. I don't want to back yet if I don't have to. But I know I'm running low on mana. So that's why I'm trying to get as many melee hits on the minions as possible to activate Narbash's passive. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. Should have been more prepared for this. Oh god, someone is blowing me up. Alright. But yeah, I don't want to back. Drongo absolutely got bodied there because he pushed a wee bit too far. And there wasn't much I could do there. I think I could have yeeted my drumstick and he might have survived. But I don't know. I firmly believe he was dead either way there. But it just is what it is. I'm just sticking around so that way when the minions do push in, I can try to at least body block them or just see. Try to body block them a little bit so that way they don't take a lot of turret damage. And my carry can try to clean up these last hits. I think I stole one there, but he doesn't know that, so we're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it at that. Since he's here, we'll go ahead and back. Now I don't remember the build that I found on Reddit off the top of my head. I think it was Hex Brown, Dynamo, oh lord, Raiment. There was a few other items in there. You'll see it when cause like I'm not gonna scroll through the all item section to try to find it. I'm just gonna search it. God bless the search function. Yeah, I mean, like it's good to stick with the recommended items that they give you, especially if you're just not certain as to like what's to build. I mean, it's a good start, but I do feel like after a while when you start playing this game, I do believe you should start branching off and just start experimenting, because sometimes you might end up finding better builds that just work a whole lot better than the recommended ones, or just builds that just work better for your playstyle. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. That rampage, yeah, that rampage. He's not missing them rock throws, because my Drago got absolutely wrecked there. Got hit by a rock, got silenced, got boomeranged. I'm more surprised he even survived. But then, of course, the reason he did was because he burned his blink. So we're both blinkless. So if we get jumped again, then that's it. We get got. Not much I can do here. I want to get some hits on these melee minions, but Drongo's just gonna keep putting shots on me, which is unfortunate. At the very least, I want to stick around so that way I can get the XP. That's what I really try to do. If I can't fight, I want to try to stay close enough so that way I can at the very least get XP. Because being behind on gold is one thing, being behind in levels can really suck after a while. I don't want to push, like, I'm trying not to push up without my Drongo. But I also don't want to try to push up since I don't know where the jungler is. Oh, speak of the devil, here comes Kalari right now. Activate the drum line. Put on the speed boots. One thing I do like is that his healing beat. Oh god, Overwatch. Yeah, his healing beat doesn't take too much mana, so you can run it for a little bit and not have to worry about running out of mana too fast. They start trying to put the pressure on. I eat the stick. Rampage made one hell of an attempt there. I would have lost my mind if he hit that. Granted, I did play a match one time where the opposing decker hit me with a stasis bomb from like a football field away, and I still have nightmares about that to this day. That probably would have killed my Drongo if that rock had hit. So God bless that it didn't. Yeah, I just feel like this was unfortunate that he went Rampage, because Rampage is so inherently tanky. So I can't really like try to get in there and do work. I kind of just have to stick around my carry and do my absolute best that he does not get hit with like the back alley beatdown. Try to heal my Drongo as much as I can, including myself. No mana, no healing pots. I know at some point I'm gonna have to back, so I'm refraining from using mana because I want to save it for a stick throw. But I was gonna back. I realized that Drongo wanted to back, so I was like, okay, I'll let him go if he wanted to. But he didn't. I guess because he's full health, full mana, so yeah, it would make sense for him to try to back right there. Luckily I didn't take that last hit, so like I really want to back. So I decided to just go for it. Well, no, not really. Yep. They try to go in on him. I throw the... If I had known Kalari was coming from that direction, I would have thrown the stick at Kalari instead. Gideon comes in clutch, but unfortunately, I don't think we get any kills here. Try to save Drongo's life, but for some reason, he was in a very awkward position. And this is very unfortunate. They're all low. Like, Gideon could literally sneeze on that Fae or that Drongo, and they would just return to atoms. And then now I back. I know it says recommended item was that belt, but I thought the shield would be a little bit better. I don't check the stats on the starter items that they give you. I just more focus on the actives that come with it. So I felt like the shield would be a little bit better. I just need to experiment more with these starter items. Finally finished Hexbound, so that'll give us some well-needed Fizz armor. That it also gives us some ability haste, and I think some mana regen as well. And then the passive, I think it's as long as you're above 60%, you get 20 ability haste. And then if you're below like a certain amount, you'll get mana back depending on how much damage you take, I think. Drongo got called out again. Like I said, this Rampage support is actually kind of working, because he just inherently does so much damage too. And not only that, with the rock and the slow, like that's just really rough for Drongo. Nobody saw that. I hit that, but the game just glitched. I don't know what happened. Pred team, fix your game. Just kidding. But you know, I gotta blame it on somebody. That is one thing. Because most of my time playing OG Paragon was on my PS4, so I'm definitely more so a controller user. That was a well-timed stun by both of us. As soon as he threw the rock, I threw my stick, and he got stunned, but he stunned the shit out of my Drongo. I think that was the gentleman's agreement right there, that he didn't try to go for me. So yeah, Rampage support. I might have to mess around with that because that seems like it could work. Taking a lot of hits, but luckily I can heal most of that back. But yeah. One thing I will say is like trying to keep max stacks for Narbash's passive is it can be a little bit tough, especially during the laning phase. Yeah. I'm doing my best here to save Drongo. Thankfully, I do. Or just kidding. You still, I think Kalari's death mark killed him. Yeah, I do believe Kalari's death mark killed him. So he was dead either way. Oh, yeah. I guess I get a little salty here that the jungler has not shown up. Except that one time that he ganked. Because we've just been getting bullied by this Drongo and Rampage. And Kalari's been in our lane like 3 times already. Maybe 3 or 4 times. And we only saw the Chimera once. So, you know, my cactus was getting a little dry. I'll admit it. I want to try to surrender, but I'm still holding out hope. Luckily, finally, the team shows up. Or more so Chimera. The Steel, the Chimera, and the Gideon decide to come over and tell the duo that they're doing too much. Yeah, so yeah, trying to go into Dynamo here. Yeah, the build I looked up, it was literally just super tanky with like unlimited mana. Now, I know I was running the risk of I don't believe I go with the build I looked up. True Silver Bracelet wasn't in there, or Spellbreaker, or Spell Shield. Oh god, yeah, Chimera's getting waxed. He activates his Resurrection. I stay nearby because I try to get him out. I do believe, yes. I pop my speed boost. I pop my shield. Trying to heal him as much as I can. We get out of there, no muss, no fuss. That was good. My team's trying to go back in. I guess trying to prevent them from doing Fangtooth, but I think at this point there's not much we can do. Don't have the facilities to try to contest. So after they get done Fangtooth, I see that they're gonna want to try to come back this way. So I just go ahead and ward up. Gideon hits that ult. Oh god. By some grace of Jesus, Faye gets away. Or at least I think so. Yeah, she gets away. That's rough. She literally had a nipple hair's worth of health, and she got out. And then not only that, we lose Drongo and Chimera during that fight. Yeah, this isn't looking too hot. I misplay here and try to push up when there's no one around me. This Rampage does a immaculate job of body blocking me, seeing as like that's a big ass fish. So yeah, he absolutely body blocks me. I push up too far, I get hit by a rock, slow, a dagger, pretty much everything, and then I die for that. That was my fault. I didn't think they'd be that Brody enough to, you know, just come up and sniff my neck like that. It's not the end of the world yet. We can definitely still make a comeback here, or at least push the fight back in our favor. Like, I feel like once I start getting more items online, things will go a little bit better. Ward up the duo lane since my duo's by himself. The least I can do is try to keep him safe as much as possible.
Enemy tower under siege.
I throw that stick just to be an a-hole. That's literally the only reason I did that. Just wanted to troll. I think I die here because the Fae, for some reason the Fae rotated over. Then I get absolutely wrecked. I don't know if the Gideon, the Gideon didn't call that the Fae was missing, so. Granted, of course, I should have just been looking at the wards, so it was partly my fault. That's one thing. If you're gonna put wards, you have to pay attention to them. No point warding if you're not going to, pay attention to the wards that you put. And also, I think people need to understand that your wards recharge. So, like, you don't have to, like, usual MOBAs, you have to, like, pay for them or anything. Like, no, the wards you get are free. So use them. The Drongo on the Rampage, like, yeah, they try to puff their chest and try to W key to the inhib, which I'm not like. That definitely would have hurt morale a lot if they had got inhib like only like 20 minutes in. Although I'm sure that's not unheard of, but still. Barely hit max level, and if they got inhib, my team probably would have definitely surrendered, and it probably would have worked. I know they tried to surrender just then a little while ago. But we're starting to even out on kills, but we're not even on towers. I do like no damage. The best I could do is just heal, shield, crowd control. My Chimera just, I guess he was like, man, my Chimera was just like, you know what? Who needs a brain? And he just kind of flipped the switch off and just W keyed and hoped that the regen would carry him through. Spoiler alert, it did not, because he immediately got bodied. I thought I was dead too, but Gideon decided to put the S on his chest today, and he saved my ass. So God bless. I honestly should have just left, because I ran a really big risk here by coming back, especially since I have like no health. Definitely feel like I kind of put Gideon in danger there. Luckily he got out, so. So we got Hexbound, Dynamo. What's the next item on the list? I think I look it up here. Tainted. Yes, we go Tainted. Because even if they don't have a lot of healing, at the very least, it'll put a damper on Rampage, especially with his regen. No, I didn't check Kalari's build to see if she was building any kind of like Omni Vamp. But either way, Tainted Totem is not a bad item to have, especially since they've buffed all the healing reduction items. The fight going down to mid. Fangtooth is back up. But unfortunately, we couldn't get there in time to stop them. Luckily, Drongo pulled a very, very clutch ult. And got out. So I didn't have to worry too much. He blinked out too. And for some reason, Howitzer is going attack speed. Because I was like, who's... at first I was like, who's dropping bombs on me like this? And then I realized it was the Howitzer. I didn't check his build, but I know he's building some kind of attack speed because... yeah, his attack, his primary fire was ungodly fast. And also didn't. It's also occurring to me now. Why do they have a Howitzer when they have a Fae? Do they have Howie? Did they have Howie solo lane? It had to have been Howard a bit. It had to have been Howitzer solo lane. I'm just now noticing that. Oh gosh. Anyway, the team tries to surrender again.
An allied inhibitor is under attack.
But I'm still holding out hope a little bit. I don't know why I'm still sticking around thinking I could do something. Gideon comes back to scare him off. Howitzer tried to hit me with the missile snipe. Luckily either that missed or he reached max range and it didn't hit me. Yeah, that's also one thing I need to learn is if I'm low, just leave. Unless your whole team's there and like the fight's in your favor and you want to try to do something, then you can risk it for the biscuit. But 9 times out of 10, if you're low, just leave. Chimera hits the resurrection, W keys. I didn't realize how good of an item that resurrection is for Chimera. Especially people who want to turn their brains off, because you can just W key, and if it doesn't work out, then you die and you come back. The Steel Man's up. Goes into the tower to kill the Rampage. And I think we killed the Fae too somehow. Oh yeah, this Howitzer's 100% building attack speed. This dude is dropping bombs. Luckily I hit him with the stun. Steel goes in. Gideon goes in, puts a lot of damage onto him. I didn't see where my steel went there. I thought he just like fell through the map or something. I didn't know he had gotten to the river. Kalari tried to sniff my Gideon's neck. I hit her with the beat stick. I'm surprised Drongo didn't try to like I'm very surprised that Drongo didn't try to W key to me to finish the job. I missed the beat stick there. Don't want to talk about it, but it wouldn't have done much. Only because I was really low, and my Drongo was like a nipple hair's worth away from dying. So I decided to just back off there. Now, see, I have 3 wards. I should have put them somewhere. Because better than putting them down instead of just them sitting. Because with those wards, I don't know if it works the same with all the other wards, but with the support wards, when they level up, they restock every time you go back to base. So there's literally no reason why you shouldn't be warding like crazy. Now, granted, I don't know how many wards you can have up at a time, but either way. Wards save lives. You'll hear it many a times. Wards save lives.
Enemy towers destroyed.
That's why it kills me whenever like my team we're going against a Kalari and my team doesn't ward and then wonder why the Kalari on the other team is going like 25-2. Alright, so this is when we actually start to turn it around. Because I think Drongo pushed hard enough in left lane to get both towers. We're starting to get the towers in mid and right. And we're actually up in kills now. So these team fights are actually going in our favor. We just kind of had to hold out. I'm trying to ping that the other team is coming straight for steal. Thought he was a dead man here, but he used everything to get out. I still go over nonetheless. You know, trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Granted, I don't know if I could do that much saving. I think I heard somebody coming, so I was just watching that way. So I ping out that howitzers in this trying to come through our jungle. Steel's not having none of that. It's just start trying to box this man out. This howitzer tries to ult me. So I try my best to stay under him. Because one thing I've learned is howitzer's ult hurts. But I think if you just kind of stay under him, it's kind of hard for the opposing howitzer to get missiles on you. Either that, or if you're running a character that has stasis, just stasis. Or if you don't mind wasting it, you could blink to throw off the aim. Yeet. I already knew. But of course, for some reason the whole team is there, and I get absolutely obliterated. I don't know. I think a part of my brain didn't think that the whole team would be there, so I threw the stick. They didn't appreciate that, so the sentence was death. But luckily, that team fight went really well for us. My team came in, cleaned up, and so things are starting to look up now. Because I think Steel was doing really well in his lane. I mean, granted, I feel like he should have been because he was going against a howitzer. And then Chimera is just doing Chimera things. And our Gideon's doing really well too. I get Tainted online. The stats in Tainted are really good too. Because I think you get magical invis armor, mana regen. I think one other stat, but I don't remember what it is. And then of course the healing reduction is really nice too. Especially since it's Narbash, you're going to be ass close on people. Decided to go for Orb here, which is a good call. Everybody was dead. By the time they get here, it'll be too late. I think this is when everything turns around. Because now that we have Orb, now we can just start pushing really hard. Because left is pushed up pretty far. Drongo's going to right to push that up. So I think I try to stay near mid. And just try to help them push up the middle. Because Fangtooth isn't up yet. We just got Prime. There's not really anything to do in the jungle. I take those slow binds like a man. Because that is what Narbash is. But I get to Brody and I just take bombs to the face, just absolute bombs. Like I don't know what it is, but Howard's like attack speed howitzer is just a salty feeling because not only are you getting hit, but it shakes the hell out of your screen. good engagement, and Steel ults the Howie. I stick him. Chimera jumps on him. Right now, I'm just trying to keep Chimera alive right here. I shield. I hit him with the healing beat. Gideon comes in clutch with the ult to clean up Drago and Faye. Like I said, we have the advantage right now because we have Orb. So these fights should be going in our favor. That Rampage is impossible to kill because he was building nothing but tanky items because he was support. And like I said, with this build, I have like unlimited mana. I can just keep, I do believe I keep healing beat on here for like ever. And then I could just keep, and then with the cooldowns that I have, I could just mash out fucking March. I could just max out the speed boost like crazy. And for some reason, our team still won. I think somebody was just trolling. I think somebody was trolling when they hit the surrender. Firmly believe it. So this should be game because I mean we got minions coming in from all angles now. Fortunately, I couldn't finish the build, but it is what it is. So yeah, we just go ahead and just clean up whoever comes back. I guess that Drongo was just autopiloted to the minions, but yep, this is it. It's pretty much game. So yeah. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more match analysis stuff from me, be sure to leave a like, comment, hell, subscribe if you want, because I'm gonna be pumping out more of these. I got some more videos on the back burner that I'm gonna do some recordings for. So appreciate you guys watching. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys next time.